Hi friends! Welcome to Kitchen Princess Bamboo Japanese Everyday Food. Today I'm gonna be showing how we eat mochi in 5 ways. During the New Year's season, we eat a lot of mochi. I don't know why, but my son doesn't like mochi so much, eat obligatory some, as to keep up with the Japanese tradition. My household of 3, we have a lot of leftovers from the New Year holidays. So in this month, I eat mochi for my lunch and snacks almost every day. Mochi has no flavor, so you can cook however you like. Let's get started. The first one is the easiest one called Isobe Yaki. I have shown you the easiest way to toast mochi in the last video. You can use a toaster oven or grill as well, but I believe a frying pan is the most common kitchen utensil in every household. And cook until soft and the outside is toasted a little. Dip in the soy sauce and wrap them up in the nori seaweed. Isobe Yaki is the easiest and the most popular way to eat mochi at home in Japan. Tastes so delicious and flavorful. Next, Abekawa mochi. This is another traditional way to enjoy mochi, easy but tasty and healthy. Mix toasted soybean flour and sugar and a pinch of salt. The ratio is up to you, but I like the ratio not too sweet. For Abekawa mochi, we boil the mochi. The easiest way to boil the mochi is by using a microwave oven. Cut the mochi into 4. In a microwave-safe tray, pour a generous amount of water to cover the mochi. Cook in the microwave at 800 watt for 1 minute and 10 seconds. Adjust the time to your microwave oven. Take out from the microwave and check the mochi is soft to touch. Take out the mochi from the water and cover the surface with the soybean flour mixture by using the other side of the chopsticks to prevent from making a lump on the tip. And there you have your Abekawa mochi. Soybean flour is basically a protein which is good for your health. Next, Zunda Mochi. This is a special mochi dish from the north part of Japan. The sauce is made of edamame, one of the most famous Japanese ingredients in the world in nowadays. Take out the beans from the pot and remove the skin. This is a crucial part of this recipe. If you leave the skin on, the texture is not smooth and end up with the green mess. Pound prepared edamame in the mortar. In the halfway, add half a tablespoon of sugar and a pinch of salt. Pound until you get the chunky paste. If you don't have mortar and pestle, use a food processor or a Ziplock bag and pound with rolling pin. Cook a mochi in microwave. Mix well until well coated. There you have your Zunda Mochi. This is also good for your healthy snack or lunch. Next, Dashi Mochi. This dish could be a side dish for dinner. Let's prepare the dashi broth first. Pour 1/3 cup of water and 1 tablespoon of soy sauce and mirin. Add a half a teaspoon of dashi powder to the broth and bring it to a boil. We have a lot of leftover vegetables from the New Year's dish, so today I used the Daikon radish and a piece of red carrot. Grate the Daikon radish and little amount of carrot. The carrot is for beauty purpose. If you don't have it, just skip it. Chop the scallion thinly. You may notice that I love scallion. I keep it in the airtight container almost all the time in my fridge. Cut the mochi in half. Start deep frying on low heat. Age means deep fry, and dashi means dashi broth. That means deep fried mochi in dashi broth. Deep fried 160 degrees Celsius on low heat and cook until puffs up. You should keep your eye on it. Take out as soon as it puffs up like this. Take out onto a rag to drip off any excess oil. Transfer to a serving bowl and put a tablespoon of grated Daikon radish on top and chopped scallions. Pour over piping hot dashi broth and serve immediately. The savory dashi broth and deep-fried mochi goes so well together. The oil makes it so rich. This dish is originally made with tofu. Lastly, let me show you walnut and red bean mochi crepe. This is my kind of creation to use up mochi. We are using Anko red bean paste from the taiyaki recipe. Make sure to check my taiyaki video how to make red bean paste. You can definitely buy it from the grocery store. In case your red bean paste is too soupy, just take out from the can and cook in the microwave to evaporate excess moisture until it gets desired consistency. Chop up your mochi into small pieces. Chop the toasted walnut as well and set aside. Sift a tablespoon of flour into a small bowl and sift 1 tablespoon of black sugar and discard the lump. Add in 2 tablespoons of water and mix well until smooth. Add chopped mochi and roasted walnut. Mix to combine. Heat Tamagoyaki pan or a small frying pan on medium-low heat. Lightly grease the surface with vegetable oil. Pour in the mixture. Move around to cover the surface. If the mixture is not even, just move it by using the chopstick. Add some water to cover the gap. Cover with the lid until the mochi is soft and the butter is cooked. How can you tell the butter is done? Take out the edge and it comes off from the bottom. It is done. Press the red bean paste on one side and roll them up like tamagoyaki. Shape into a nice beautiful log. Take out from the pan and there you have your walnut red bean mochi crepe. Let it cool to room temperature. Cut into bite-sized pieces and serve. I like the combination of chewy butter and red bean paste, which is not too sweet. The crunch from the walnut gives a unique texture. It looks so complicated but ready in no time. The calories from a piece of mochi is 120 kilocalories. It's not quite low, but I think you won't overeat it because it needs to chew so many times. There's more and more way to enjoy mochi. Let me know if you want to see more and tell me which recipe would you like to try. Thank you for watching the video. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And please tap the bell icon not to miss out on any of my new videos. Follow me on my social media and tag me on your post if you give it a try. And go to my website for printable recipes, and my store on Amazon has a variety of ingredients and kitchen tools to start Japanese cooking. I'll bring you the best Japanese recipes for your good eat and good health. Thanks again and I will see you soon. Bye!